Edward's gone, Jacob's ripped, and Bella is more heartbroken than ever.
We are rewatching the Twilight series. Today is New Moon.
Yes, and we've already done Twilight. So now we're on to New Moon.
I think one of the first things to point out, New Moon, new Volvo, guys.
Yes!
We got a new Volvo.
Yes, he upgraded. He updated his vehicle. My first note watching this, the production value has been improved and also the aesthetics changed. Book 1, Twilight, is very dark. It's very, like, visually, there's a lot of greens. There's a lot of really dark blues and grays.
Yeah, it's like, it's almost like a completely done in like a blue filter.
But this one, the sun comes out. There's bright. There's lightness. Like, you can see the sun reflect off her hair.
That was something I noticed right away. They all look a little less sick, for lack of a better word. They've definitely like worked on their facial expression.
I was going to say, their facial expressions, except for one character, Jasper, multiple times in this movie. What face is he making?
Trying not
the
to
entire
eat,
movie.
Trying not to eat my not sister-in-law face.
I don't know. I guess I'm trying to think of like the human equivalent of this. If you were like so hungry and you saw like mac and cheese and a steak and you were like so hungry, would you still make that face? You wouldn't. I'm just saying Jasper, I don't think he got them.
I know Bella still convulses quite a bit, actually. There's a significant amount of convulsing given scenes. Like, it happens at times where you're just like, this is too visceral reaction. It's time to take control of the body. I want to add on the attractiveness that Carlisle went from a maybe to a would.
Okay. Wow. So he went up in your estimation of him.
They all started looking a little better, but Carlisle's the only one that I would.
Still doesn't do it for me.
I don't blame you. I'm just saying, when the pickings are slim, that is who I'm a picking.
We have someone beautiful in this movie who comes into his own to select from.
I cannot wait to talk about this, but first I think we have to talk about the birthday.
I agree.
Yet again, Bella with the stellar personality came to strike. She thanked not a single person for a gift given. And I was sitting there like, still not a thank you? She just has that derpy look on her face, and I guess that's her thank you. I don't know, but
she is too cool for gifts. Also, first thing I thought is when the birthday is going absolutely haywire, like blood, truly one of the worst birthdays you could ever have. And then his reaction is to save her from Jasper, who can't control himself.
Right.
And throw her into glass.
Big Tamlin energy.
Yes.
BT.
You're right. He totally does. And then it's just made exponentially worse.
I'm starting to think that Twilight is the OG writing of ACOTAR, where Tamlin gets the girl.
Maybe she read Twilight and then she was like, you know what?
A little toxic.
I think they should have. Exactly. I think I'm going to write him in a book and change the ending.
Also, the fact that she got thrown into a table and they're driving home and he's like, Bella, I can't believe that you got hurt. I'm dangerous for you. And she goes, accidents happen, Edward. You got stitches. You are bleeding out yet again. You got thrown in a table. I don't think accidents happen is really the approach we take on this particular day.
No, accidents happen. I'm so sorry. Accident would happen if he kind of like lightly shoved you to the side, backhanding you, basically arm backhanding you into a table and glass. You hit the wall and come down. Not an accident.
No.
Not an accident.
So all of this happens, right? And then they get to her house and she goes, do you know what I would really like for my birthday? It's still my birthday. And he's like, what, Bella? And she goes, a kiss. Kiss me. Babe.
Yes.
What? Yes. I am confusion. Not only is it your birthday and you got thrown into a wall, but now you're asking for a kiss? That should what? A birthday kiss. Can I have fun?
Shouldn't her mind have been elsewhere and be like, wow, that went really poorly?
I will say a consistent theme through how I feel for Bella throughout this entire movie is, God, I want to give you a pep talk. I want to sit you down and be like, let's talk about that. He throws you into a wall and he says, ooh, this is dangerous. Don't you think the fact that he's 1 foot out of this relationship at every turn is a red flag? Like, he's tried to break up with this girl at least 4 times. And if I can recall, the reason he's not kissing her is because He's trying to fight his desire to eat her whole. I've had one too many antelopes over the past 10 years.
I want the real stuff.
Then they kiss. And the thing that I noticed about their kissing scenes is every single one makes me uncomfortable. Every time I watch it, I feel like this feels like a you moment and not in a sexy way.
That's so true. They make the most cringy faces. This is cringe. The kisses are cringe.
Yeah.
Like
why is
they
it
look like
so
that?
weird when you kiss? You guys are in love. Then we slide right on into the breakup. And here's where things go from painful to excruciating. He is waiting awkwardly on the side of her house, not in her driveway, not in his car waiting for her. He's like off to the side on the woodland side in a full peacoat suit, just like lurking. And she comes out and she's like all smiley, and then she realizes he's weird.
It's so weird. And also to your point, not only location, timing. Literally, is it the morning before or the day before where she's like, well, you're not going to want me when I'm a grandma. And he's like, do you not know how I feel about you? Literal emotional whiplash. Then the next time we see them together, he's like, oh, sorry. Actually, I didn't mean it. And I got to.
Oh, okay.
Also, I am uncontactable. So don't
It'll
reach
be like
out.
I never existed.
You really feel the pain of Bella, like and then as teenagers, I do remember thinking her depressive episodes was like reasonable. Like I remember being like, oh yeah, you get broken up with, you don't leave your room for months. Sure.
I will say like that timeline is always emotionally impactful in the book and in the movie. Here's what makes parts of it feel so ridiculous. As an adult, okay? To your point, as a teenager, burn the world. As an adult, first of all, you don't belong in my world, Bella. I dare the man to say that to me. No problem. You're right. Imagine thinking you were being invited to go with them. Because she sits there and he goes, I gotta leave. And she was like, well, I'll just go tell Charlie. We'll figure it out. And he's like, the thing, you see the way that my moving is set up.
Because the way that my bank account is set up, the thing is.
So imagine thinking you were invited, realizing you weren't, and then demanding to come, being told he didn't want you to, and you're begging to go.
Yeah, it is. It's like swallowing glass. Like, it's like, eek.
The secondhand embarrassment I had from this, I was like, if this was my friend, I would have locked her in for those 3 months. She wouldn't have had to lock herself. I would have locked her in there and been like, let's talk back through this. He said, I don't want you. And you said, please take me with you.
Exactly. He specifically says, you are not good for me. Like, he drives that home savage.
And that is something she's always believed. She believes she's not good enough. So he did use the words good for. She used the words good enough.
Yes.
Obviously, they mean two different things. He let her believe what she wanted to believe. But that's one of her deepest fears. And he's just doubling down on this and is like, oh, yeah. And then she just lays on the floor of the woods and cries.
Yes.
And sobs until people have to come find her.
And then when he is breaking up with her, she starts to do this like deep, like she can't like breathe, like she hyperventilating. Yes. So she hyperventilates and then she literally is like, okay, I'm just going to lay here.
Until someone comes and finds me.
You know what I thought of when I was watching this? Actually, like genuinely, I truly thought of, what would you do if this was your child? If you were Charlie? What would you do? Your daughter's missing. You can't find her. You're freaking out because, again, they don't know that there's vampires, but there's people just getting chopped up and missing.
Yeah.
You're freaking out. You're petrified. And then you find out she's just on the forest floor because she just laid down.
We would be seeing someone about this emotional attachment that is unhealthy.
So true.
I watched the whole meltdown. I watched the hyperventilation. I watched the search party. Sam half naked, bring her back to her home. The subsequent 3-month turn of her not leaving her home. And my note was, this breakup makes me want to tour high schools and coach breakups. Hey, I'd like to offer some free advice.
That's actually, in all seriousness, such a valid service. Like, because when you're a teenager, your emotions feel so big. To Bella's point here, she's overcome with this emotion. Is that not a high school counselor?
Because here's the thing, as me, like, these guys don't have a solid friend, which is true because Bella's honestly the worst. Her friends are doing all the heavy lifting on friendship. And
Basically.
you know, they're at a point they're like, okay, I did my best here. Especially Jessica. Jessica did her damn best. It's like nobody's there like, that sounds a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Desperate.
Right. Okay. Also, if we bring it back to this breakup behavior, her night terror seizures.
Is it about getting attacked in the ballet studio and it's delayed? Because I don't get, I mean, the girl's been jostled a few times, okay? But at the time, accidents happened.
True. It was fine before. That's actually a really good point. I didn't think of that. It could have been PTSD of like her literally almost dying and then her literally being back armed into the table. And then also from Charlie's perspective, again, what do you do with that?
I will take this moment to say that Charlie is the real MVP yet again. Nobody asked how Charlie was doing, okay? So let's take a beat and recap where Charlie is at in New Moon. Charlie has lived by himself with his daughter visiting sometimes. He gets the responsibility of his daughter. He's all pumped. She comes in and she starts dating this guy and she's acting weird. And then she runs away and she pops back up. Let's go to prom.
Right.
She goes to prom, right?
She's actually
she's injured. She's in a hospital. She's in a boot. She comes home to you, injured after running away. Then we move into New Moon. And she gets broken up with by this same loser. And you're like, this guy is the worst. Okay. And now she's got night terrors. And she's screaming and crying all the time. And you're having to deal with this. And you're like, you won't hang out with your friends. You won't leave your house. I got to send you back home. And she doesn't want to do that. So she fakes like she's getting better. And you're trying to investigate all of these people suddenly dying around you. And your daughter likes to wander off into the woods for God knows what reasons. And then all of a sudden, guess what happens again? Runs away for 3 days.
Yes. Oh my God. Exhausting.
And then she comes back.
How exhausting.
And he's like, don't do that again.
He's so easygoing. He truly is as a parent. He's like, you're grounded, but
Charlie
it doesn't
needs
matter.
a Xanax and like
a
nap. Like Charlie is out here doing the thing and I don't know how he does it, honestly.
Hats off to Charlie. Completely agreed. Like, he deserves his flowers. Absolutely.
I think at the end, you and I should rank the top 3 best characters of New Moon.
Ooh, yes. Okay, I'm excited.
Okay, so hang till the end. And now would be a good time to subscribe and follow our channel. We will be going through the entire Twilight saga, so make sure you don't miss out on anything.
I really want to discuss Bella and Jacob's relationship in New Moon. First off, he has, like, in the middle of this movie, a major glow up. He starts to say things like, oh, I filled out Bella. Also, I just want to laugh at how I cackled at the movie theater scene when he was like, strong men laugh at the weak men who's like with weak stomachs. They go on the most awkward third wheel ever to that movie. And it's a gory movie. So then Matt's throwing up and he literally says to Bella, find yourself a strong man that laugh at the men with weak stomachs or something. This young man tries so hard. He picks her up and takes her out of this deep depression. He's there for her. He's cheering her on. He's helping her fix up these motorcycles. He cares for her. It's very obvious he cares for her.
Yeah.
My heart broke for him when she's like, I just need time. Just give me time. She knew it wasn't time related. She knew. But she's like, just give me some time.
I actually have a thing here. This is the one time I'm going to defend Bella. Hear me out. So she gets broken up with, right? She has her forceful or mental breakdown. She goes into her 3-month deep depression where she doesn't talk to anybody. She's just starting to talk to people again, okay? Immediately, Matt asks her out. Immediately, Jacob makes his feelings clear. Nobody gave her a minute. So, like, I don't think it's crazy. Edward had not come back, Jacob would have won her.
Very true, because they start to get much closer. They have an almost kiss until he calls on the phone.
I will go so far as to say that the chemistry, and maybe it's just, an actor thing, the chemistry between Bella and Jacob was 20 times better than Bella and Edward. Because they're having
100%.
awkward vomit kisses, and her and Jacob are having tension-filled hot moments, and you're just like, and he's always shirtless, okay? The man hasn't worn a shirt since Twilight, okay? He hulked out of that shirt and never looked back.
He filled out, as he said, he filled out.
Also, oh my God, I have to say, number one, we have to address where the hell have you been, Loca?
Bella!
Where the hell have you been, Loca?
Yes, the iconic. And the way he says it.
Where the hell you been, Loca? Just girls gabbing. So
Exactly.
then she comes in because she's like on her adrenaline high now because she's an adrenaline girl now.
Live fast, die young, bad girls do it well.
Basically.
And she's like, let's fix up these bikes, right? And he goes, oh, what do you want me to play? And she goes, I don't really like music anymore.
I don't really like music anymore.
She's ridiculous. Like, do you want an award? It's like when Khloe Kardashian said, like, you don't get an award for watching less TV.
So I watched this with my husband. My husband audibly sighed from the other side of the couch. And then let's really dive into the toxic moment when she's with Jacob. She hits her head.
Yes.
She bleeds.
Yes.
She's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And he's like, why are you apologizing for bleeding? Okay. That should have been the moment that she looked in the mirror and went, I shouldn't apologize for bleeding because I'm a human.
Exactly. And if people aren't throwing me into tables, maybe I'd bleed less. I mean, I had a paper clip, but that got exponentially worse.
Sometimes you have a paper cut and it leads to you getting thrown through walls.
Exactly. Like, something is not right here. That is such a good point. I'm so glad you also caught that because my little heart was, I was like, Jacob, you are fixing hearts you didn't break. You're
Honestly,
putting it back together.
Jacob just did the work and he got shafted and he didn't deserve it.
No, he did it. Now, we do need to discuss, he does his own form of pushing her away in their relationship, but I truly feel it is different because he doesn't even hold firm when he tries to do it. She's showing up there,
Yeah.
There's the dramatic rain, and then he's like, I'm bad.
I used to be a good kid. Not anymore.
He never says she
Yeah.
is. Edward specifically said, you are bad for me. Jacob says he is bad. Then he doesn't even commit to it because
No.
he literally is like, I can't do this. He breaks the rules for
Mhm.
her. We love this. We
Mhm.
love to see it. So Jacob was like, yeah, I guess there's rules for this treaty and everything, but I mean, I don't care. And then when he
Yeah.
thinks that someone's at her house to like attack her, the vampire,
Yeah,
and he comes
starts
in
to
to
take
see
her
that
away.
it's Alex.
Yes. When she shows up and he's got the haircut, you're like,
I could have kept with the longer hair. I mean, he looks great.
agree to disagree.
Could have kept the longer hair.
Agree to disagree. The haircut, and then also Jacob's literally never wearing a shirt, and he's got a clear like
He's
6 to
done
8
with it.
pack. Then you get to the end when Edward walks out in the Volturi, and he's got like contoured abs.
Yes.
Okay, that man put bronzer on his abs to create it.
There's no competition. And
No.
when she's cuddling up to him in the truck and he's like all warm or whatever, and she's like, you run hot. And he's like, it's a wolf thing. And she's like, no, it's just a
Oh, it's
Jacob,
Jacob
thing.
thing.
And the tension, and then like, what is the competition here? I don't
The
I don't
chemistry
get it.
was
I don't.
between Bella and Jacob. I will say though, him promising to never hurt her, and then immediately hurting her. Then, of course, we find out that there's werewolves.
That's why Sam was behaving so strangely with all these other group of people.
That's how the cliff diving cult formed.
Basically, it's because they're werewolves. Also, can we just talk about how dumb Bella's cliff diving scene is? Like, not to completely
It's
beat this
just-
character up.
It's thing after thing with her, the diving, the hurting herself, to see somebody who wants nothing to do with you. Because here's the
Exactly.
other thing that really peeves me is he pissed off all these vampires, right?
Exactly.
They exit stage left. Not a single one of them was checking in on her.
No. Not even one of their family members. Talk
No.
about, like, you're part of our family already. No.
No.
Not one character. And
Did
that
not
one
look
dude
back.
brings it up. No, exactly. And that one dude brings it up, Laurent. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, they must not have cared about you because they ain't here.
And she would have died. She would have died if
not for the
for
werewolves.
Jacob.
Yes. Also, when she's seeing these little visions of Edward and she's trying to see him, and then the other vampires there, Laurent, he tells her in his ghost spirit form, lie. She lies. He's like, lie better.
Yeah.
You don't have the right to tell her what to do or not do, sir. Like, this
No.
is crazy.
Then when she thinks she's about to die, I love you, Edward. I have never viscerally reacted to something more than I did in that moment. I love you, Edward. When Bella goes to confront the werewolves and she just straight slaps that one.
Oh, yeah. Where is more of that? That's like completely gone. Like,
She
she has
can't-
one moment.
She's getting left on the forest floor, but she slaps this werewolf.
You know why? She feels comfortable because she
Yes.
knows she's safe.
Alice shows up and this phone ring happens, the Edward call moment, right?
Yes.
Let me
Yes.
There's something I want to ask you, and this is a greater movie/book/
Okay.
entertainment
Okay.
question, which is if you were about to kiss somebody and the phone rang, would you stop to pick up your phone?
No, I don't think so. But is it a different world in landlines? Like in the you can't see who it is.
We used to have landlines. I didn't do that.
You didn't?
Would you stop a kiss, a moment? You're
No.
having a moment with somebody and the phone rings. My thought would not be answer the phone.
No, I don't think so either. I'd like pick it up, hang it up. Like, so it's over.
Get to it when I get to it. Leave a
Yeah, well, if it
voicemail.
kept ringing, it would interrupt your kiss. You'd be thinking about it. You'd hear the sound, and then you'd be like, who's calling? So I could see
I
that.
feel like I'd just ignore it.
Yeah, but I think she wanted out of that moment.
She seemed interested.
She did, but then she was like, oh, it could be Edward. And lo and behold, it was Edward. He's on the phone super mad in the hotel room after that. His face after Jacob's like, he's planning a funeral. He has a whole mental breakdown as well. But again, wow, you could have avoided this, sir.
Here's where Edward really went from annoying the shit out of me to I'll never pick his team again. Is he was such a little with toxic masculinity at this point because he ran away, didn't give a shit, then finds out she might be dead, and then makes it about him.
My God.
Can't be without her. Babe, you were without her for 3 months, not a check-in, okay?
Exactly.
You were doing
exactly.
What was your plan for, I don't know, eternity? She was gonna die. In 20 years, were you gonna check in and go, oh, she died of old age. Okay, I'm good to go now?
Yeah, that's actually such a good point. Now he's over the edge.
And then they go into the moment, right? And she immediately forgives him. Do you really
no
think
question.
that's why?
A question. Yeah, and then she's so mean to Jacob when she was like, it was never going to be you. This dude has done so much to help you and be there for you. You told him to give you time in
You
front of
quite
him.
literally told him you didn't want him to move on.
Exactly. She did. You're so right. And then she's like, it was never going to be you. Because now homeboy wants me back. At least have something where to be like, I do not forgive you right now and make him work for it.
Yes. Instead, immediate kiss.
I watched this with my husband as well. And our points together, we got into logistics. And we were like, how did this high schooler, did she have a passport? How's she getting to Italy in a weekend from Washington? She somehow made it to Italy where the Volturi are. And then found Edward and flew back
In 3 days.
3 days. Logistically, this is impossible. I'm sorry.
Also, if I ran away to Italy, I'd probably stayed at a site.
Stay a bit.
You know what I mean? I've already
Exactly.
run away. I would probably call and be like, hey, I'll be back like next few days.
week.
Because I don't know if you've seen it, but they have the Vatican here.
So then she runs to him, full blast, bolting, pushes him back into the building so that he doesn't expose himself, basically, and share to the world that vampires are real.
You see a guy walk out of a building shirtless and sparkling. My thought wouldn't be vampire. My thought would be,
neither.
the f is this guy doing?
He has a lot of glitter or makeup.
I was told to wear a red robe.
Exactly, like he's wearing something else, and why is he sparkling? I wouldn't think vampire either. I totally thought that too. Like, why are they so worried? Then I laughed so hard. I know it's a serious moment, but when they're inside with the Volturi is basically like, you have to turn her now through their discussions, their negotiations, or whatever. And then Alice is like, well, she's going to be one of us. I've already seen it in a vision. And it's this vision of them in like purity clothing, just jogging, like through the forest. I laughed so hard watching that.
And then they get back, right? And they do this family vote as to if she's going to turn into a vampire. Because
We got to talk
cue
about
shock, Edward bait and switched her again. I'm totally going to change you. I'm not going to change you. Give me 3 years. What's going to happen in 3 years? Here's what I'm saying. This man is 1 foot out of this relationship the whole time because he has forever. And he's telling you he wants forever with you, but he doesn't actually want it.
Right. Exactly. Like he keeps, and he says it's because like, his trauma, he doesn't want to take her soul, like all these things. And it's like, it just seems like you don't want to do it, dude. It just seems like you don't want to be with
A lot
her.
of excuses. The family vote. I was so uncomfy. She stands there and she goes, do you guys want me? And then she watches subsequently as one by one they decide whether or not to pick her. Your family. Feels a little forced because you just dipped.
Exactly. When Esme says like, well, I've already seen you as a daughter. To me, this brings me to the true hero, maybe in addition to Jacob and Charlie of this movie, and that is Rosalie. Because Rosalie's like, no, you're all crazy.
Yeah.
Can we all rein this in? What are we all
I would not have
doing?
picked this. I would have want somebody to vote no for me.
I was like, respect.
He ends it with, marry me.
Marry me, Bella.
Because that solves everything. That's his condition. You can maybe be a vampire, but you have to marry me first.
Do you have anything else before we get into the closing of character ranking? I think this is important because I think it's important to know who you actually like in this at this point. My number 3 pick is Jacob for obvious reasons. He was the one who pulled her. He pulled her out of her depression. He was the only one there for her. He got bumped down the list because he did kind of pull an Edward on her. Not as mean, but he pulled an Edward. Girl got Edwarded twice, okay? She got told twice, no thank you.
Rebuttal, but I'm going to save my rebuttal. My number 3 is actually Rosalie. She went way up in my estimation. I didn't like her the first few times I watched the movie, but now I'm like, honestly, you were the only one critically thinking.
So I like that one part, but I think we're leaving out like the accidental frenemy energy she gives out all the time because nobody ever addresses it. But she's the one who tells Edward that Bella's dead. No, she tells Edward that Bella's dead. She sparks this whole thing like, oh yeah, Alice thought she saw her die. Like the whole emo phase could have been avoided if Rosalie had kept her trap shut.
This is valid point. Okay, well, so that's your rebuttal, but she's still my number 3, and I liked her way more than the other times I watched her.
Number 2?
Yes.
Charlie.
I was waiting for him.
Charlie was there through the night terrors, through every single runaway, because this girl has now run away every single movie. Okay? So let's just see if the theme holds true. Let's see if this girl can stay in Forks, because I don't think it's possible. I don't think Charlie is capable of getting a text that she's headed out.
No, she's a flight risk. She really is. Okay, that is such a great pick. I wish I had chosen him. I didn't. So we're going to have some mixed matches. Okay, Jessica went way up in my estimation and my esteem as well because she was hilarious this movie. My favorite joke of hers is when they're Matt invites her to the movie and then Bella starts to invite everyone else because she doesn't want to go on a date with them.
Right.
And then she's sarcastically, movie night with Bella. Hysterical. So she went up in my rankings for sure because of that joke.
Jessica is honestly the most relatable character in this movie. That's why she's my number 1 pick of this movie.
She is? Okay, that's amazing.
I wrote, going to the movies with Bella, she waits for her even though she goes to do that stupid biker thing. She stands there and waits. And then my other favorite thing is that she talks so much. They're walking out of the movies or whatever it is they did. When she meets up with Jessica by herself, they like are walking and Jessica's talking to her. And Bella's just being an absolute pleasure to be around as per usual. She said something to her and she was like, congrats on being born like other girls.
So good. I forgot about that. So good. She's fantastic.
Jessica was the 10 out of the 10 for me. I'm sorry, Jessica's number 1.
MVP, that's such a great pick for number 1. I agreed. MVP.
Who's your number 1, Jacob?
Yes. I mean, how could you not? I know you have your rebuttal. No, you have your argument, but it's not the same because he immediately backtracks. He's immediately like, yeah, I don't feel that way. He would have moved mountains to be with her. And again, it is just very sweet that he's the one that took her out of this depression.
I think we really covered New Moon. We're gonna be covering Eclipse next.
And don't forget to join us because we're going to be doing Breaking Dawn and the rest of the Twilight series as well.
Yep. See you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.